Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we will be making a cake inspired jewelry box using some simple materials. So let's dive right in. So firstly we will be making a heart shaped cardboard box. To begin with, I'm just sketching a heart shape on a paper. Now you can cut it in the size you want for your box. Here in the video I'm going for something bigger in size. If you want a small box, then you can just draw the size of heart accordingly. So now cut it, and this is the stencil for our box. And for those who are struggling to make a perfect heart, just get it printed and use it. Coming to the next step, now we will be making a box for which you can use any cardboard sheet which is sturdy. I have a shoebox with me, so I'm using that. Doing so will make my task a little easy as it already has those side panels which later I can use as side panels of the box. I hope you are getting me on this. But you don't unnecessarily need to have the same supplies as mine, so you can always experiment and DIY. So basically you need to sketch the heart on the cardboard and then just cut it out. Also, if you are not using a box as mine, then you need to make these type of stripes for the side panels. I already have them, so I'm just cutting them out to use them later. Also, if you are someone who does not use paper knife on a regular basis, then please do not use it, just use a regular scissor. So right now I'm done with the top part. Keep that aside and start working on the bottom part. So again I'm cutting those side panels which I will be using later, and again I'm tracing a heart for base. Now here comes the tricky part, because this is the heart for our base, so it's actually a bit small in size as compared to the top. I hope you are getting me. We will be having two parts, one top part which is cover for the box and one bottom part. So technically bottom part will be a bit small in size. So what I'm doing here is I'm just using the same stencil as we used previously and then just outlining inside a bit so that we can make it a bit smaller than the top. So now let's jump on the next step. Here I'm using those cutouts for the side panels. Use a glue gun to secure the edges, creating a sturdy top for our jewelry box. So just mold the cardboard around the shape and secure it using the glue gun. You can secure it using a Fevicol or regular glue also, but that will take a lot of time and effort, so using a glue gun will be much better and easier. This process surely gonna take some time, but be patient and follow along. Also, if you already have a box, not necessarily in a heart shape, but any shape which kind of have the same potential to like get converted in a jewelry box, then you can work with that also, and in that case you can directly skip on the coloring and decoration part, and you can totally skip the part where I'm showing you that how to make a box out of a cardboard. So this is how it will look once we are done with adding those panels. Our top part, which will act as cover for the box, is ready. Now repeat the same steps for the base, and this is how bottom part will look like. And yeah, here we have our box ready. Now comes the coloring and decoration part. For that, first I'm just coloring the whole surface using a white acrylic paint. It would be better if you have gesso, but at this moment I'm not having it, so I'm going with regular paint only. But this will also work fine as we will be going over with another layer of paint. So once the base layer is done for both the parts, keep them aside, and meanwhile we will be working with our colors. Here I'm using red and white to create a beautiful baby pink shade, and this will act as our main top layer for both parts. Also keep in mind that you have to paint both the parts, so just mix enough paint, otherwise you will struggle to match this shade. Now I am going over with the mix to cover the whole box, and look how beautiful this shade turned out, and the color is so thick and consistent that working with it feels very therapeutic. Also, there is no need to use exact same color palette as mine. You can totally experiment and choose the colors you want to work with. I am working with pink here as for a cake. This will be going to look super cute and realistic. Let these pieces dry, and now comes the final part where it's actually gonna look like a cake. Here I'm using these two different size nozzles for the decoration. You can get them from Amazon or any local store. I got mine from a friend who is a baker. Also, it's my first time using them, so I'm not a pro at this, but let's see how this gonna turn out. So here I'm making cones using parchment paper or butter paper. If you don't have it, you can use a regular cellophane sheet. Don't make them too long as it will be difficult to fill them later on. Roll the paper to form a cone. Cut the front part a bit to make the nozzle fit in there and just secure it with a tape. Now we will be making our fake icing paste. For that I'm using a mixture of white cement, water and glue. Take an empty container, fill it with some white cement, add a bit of water. Don't add too much water to it as we want a thick paste for the icing. Now add some glue to the mix, and yeah, the color. I'm using teal blue as it will go perfectly in contrast with the pink base, but you can use any other color, yeah, whatever you feel like. Now fill the cone and we are all set to go. You can try and test it on some scrap cardboard before actually putting it on the box, so that you can get along or you can get a hang of the pattern which you will later gonna put on the box. Right now, I'm kind of proud of myself for doing this. It comes out perfect and so professional. Yeah, so again, the pattern you want to create could be different. The nozzles you are using Maybe they also have a different design, which is okay. You can always take inspirations and create things in your own way and style. So now let's skip on the next round, for which I'm using a white mixture and with the small nozzle. Now I'm going with the same pattern as I did before. So just enjoy the process and follow along.
Years later.
So I did few things off camera which I'm showing you right now. Like for the bottom part, I made these semicircular hanging sort of pattern using one of the small nozzle. And in some time we will be adding some flowers and leaves over here. Yeah, so it's time to add some flowers to enhance the overall look a bit more. So we need to make two more colors for this, red and green. Let's add some here also all around at those top parts. Now let's make a cone for leaves. Make a regular cone and just cut the tip in a V shape, and there you have it. And yeah, look at this, how beautiful and realistic it is looking, and you can put a lot of stuff there, be it jewelry, makeup or any other stuff, or maybe you can gift it to your sister, friend or to your loved ones. I hope you enjoyed this. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Thanks for joining me today, and until next time, happy crafting. Bye bye.